And that's all you need to do. The flare does all the rest. It should only take a few minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes at the most. One nice thing about these is, during this first phase, while just the inside is burning, you can move it around. It doesn't get hot on the outside at all. You can just change it around and put it in a different place if you want to change where it is. And while this first phase is burning, while it's only burning on the inside, you can make a few marshmallows or whatever you want to do with it, or just enjoy it for a while. And when you've had enough, you can put it out by filling it up with sand. And when you fill it up with sand, that creates quite a lot of smoke until it's fully out. But the advantage is you can tip out the sand the next day and light it again if you want. And then if you have run out of the lighters that the flare comes with, there's lots of different ways you can light it with as well. One of it is bamboo skewers like these, little bamboo sticks or whatever wooden sticks you may have, that you can use just in the same way as I showed you before with the wood shavings. You just light them at the tip and keep feeding them. They're a bit thinner, so it may take 5 or 6 until it goes. Just keep slowly feeding them in. And that's one way. And another way is you can use barbecue lighter cubes, like this kind of stuff. If you use that, I would recommend you just put it on the top of the flare and light it there. Just leave it lying there and light it. And wait until it burns properly, and then you just tip it into the inside of the flare. And I'm going to take that away now because it's burning already anyway. And then yet another way is just using matches. You just light a match, hold it upside down until it burns really well, and drop it in. And then you repeat. You keep feeding it matches, 5, 6, maybe 10 matches or something like that, and eventually it'll burn as well. And then finally one more way, that's the last way I can think of right now, is toilet paper and olive oil or canola oil or something like that. You can just take a little bit of toilet paper like that and roll it into a thin roll. And you put 1/2 of it into olive oil or whatever oil you have, and you light it and feed it into the bottom. That's another way of doing it. Another nice thing about these flares is that they're really nice for making marshmallows around the sides of the fire, like this. Because they're really safe, they're still, even at this stage, it's absolutely cold on the outside. So you can get really close to the fire with short marshmallow sticks like these and still not get nearly close to being burned or even getting hot hands. It's really cold where my hands are right now. So you can have a whole lot of people sitting around this flare really closely and make marshmallows with a lot less risk of anyone starting to burn their clothes or their hair than you would have with the normal campfire. So what I usually do is I make the mountain first, then I make a hole that fits the flare. More or less, doesn't have to be too accurate. And I put it in with the air intake facing me, or wherever the wind's coming from actually. And then hold it shut at the top and push it all together. Just keep your hand on there so there's no sand falling into it. So now I just dig a tunnel to the air intake, which I think is somewhere here. You can make it as thin as you want almost. You could also take a tube and bury it from the beginning, which would make it a little bit easier. The easiest is to feel it with your hand and then make sure that there's no sand in the way for the air intake. And that's it. There's your volcano. Let's light it. Okay, drop it in. There's one more nice thing you can do with these flares. You can put 3 nails on the top, like I have done here. Find a stable place for it to stand. Light it. I'm going to use the barbecue lighter cubes for this. Wait until they really burn well. Wait a little bit longer. And then just toss them in. Then just top them in. Turn the air intake into the wind, that's always important. And then put a pot on and boil something. Yeah, so now it's boiling quite nicely actually.